Hello guys, my name is Michael, and I think it's time to speak about two very important parameters of the GTK grid attach, which we didn't talk until now. I prefer to let it for the last video about GTK grid, and it is about these two parameters or arguments in this example here, which are of course the first the width and height, which means it is how much space and how much room does occupy this child. If you have, for example, 3 rows and 3 columns, and you want to occupy 2 cells, then you on the vertical or horizontal, then you set this to 2 and this one to 1 or this one to 2. Okay, this is a little bit confusing now the way how I'm explaining, but I will show you. Okay, so let's go up there back to the GTK grid, and then let's go back to the GTK grid attach, and here is our function which takes those 6 parameters. We know what does the first, the second, the third and the fourth one, and we didn't talk about these two because I prefer to let them for our last tutorial. Okay, so let's see. Says the position of child is determined by the left and top. The number of cells that child will occupy is determined by width and height. So that being said, width is the number of columns that child will span, and the height is the number of rows that child will span. What this means, let me run the program. As you can see, here we have 9 cells, and these 9 cells, which we have them here, as you can see, basically when I created now the table, if you are watching now, I have 1 cell here and another 2 cells here. It became only 1. The same things happened with this one too. You see, it became only 1, and here's the same story. We have here 2 cells which became only 1 child, and also here we have a child which took place of 2 cells, cell 7 and cell 8, or 0 and 1 from the row 2. Okay, so that being said, let's see a little bit our program. What do we have here? We create our 9 children, which is here 1 to 9, as you can see, and of course we create another 4 children. Those 4 children are the children which occupies the space here. We will see in the moment. So we were creating the children 1 to 9, and then we were creating another 4 children, and after we called this function GTK-grid attach with grid and grid childs, we were creating basically this table, which is here 1 to 9, and after that we decide that we need to make some modification. So I create another 4 childs, which basically I said that they need to take some different space and a different position. So this means, let's see, the first child here, I said go and take the position 1 to left, which is here, and 0 on the top, which is also here. So 1 left, 0 top, yes. And then I said take the width of 2. So I said this time take not 1 cell, you should take 2. So it takes not 1 cell, it takes 2 cells. And so that being said, the new child 1 occupies this place by doing that. Okay, the next one, the child 2, I said go to left 2. So basically, which is here 0, 1, 2. You see, and then I said from top to 0, and I said please occupy 1 cell of the width and 2 cells of the height. So basically we are overwriting a part of this one with this one this time, and then we were creating what we actually have here. The same thing goes to child. As you can see, if you see here, new child 1 0, it is the child 2, you see. So basically this is the child 2, this is the position. New child 2 0 is the position of the child 3, which is this one. Okay, so basically we were creating this height, so 3 to 6. Okay, the next one will be the child 3, which occupies the position 0 to 0 1, and if we see here 0 1 is child 4, which is this one. So we said occupy this position from 0 from the 4, and then we said once that you find it, don't expand to next next cell in the width. Expand to your button cell, this which is the height. So basically I said 1 width and 2 cells for height. So now we took this place. And the last one, a new child 4, takes the position 0 2. If we check here 0 2, it is the child 7, which is this one, which is the position 2 0 1 2, as you can see. And by occupying this place, this cell, we are saying you need to occupy a place of 2 cells. So this is the cell 1 and this is the cell 2, and from the height only 1 cell, so this means only this cell, not both of them. Okay, so this is basically the way how I designed the program now. Of course it's complicated, there is a lot of other ways, better way to do this, but I wanted to do it in this manner just to show you how it's working and what's the story with the way you arrange it them and so on. And now that you know, you will find a better way to change it in another manner, or create them in a different manner, the way it is important for your application, and how you can apply it. Okay, so the last part here, let's go back a little bit down here to our create child function. Here basically what's new, after we set the events, I moved down here the catch, enter and leave signals. Why is that? Because you remember the GTK widget get name function, which we were talking at some point. So this means basically after you set a name, like here, you can catch a name using this function. So it is important that you know that this function helps you to retrieve a name. So basically what we did here, let's move it a little up here. I said because this function return a gchar pointer, I point a red pointer to this function, so to retrieve its name, its content, so the name, and then I use the string compare function to compare the result with catch over. And if those two are 0, which means they are matching, then it should be basically these functions be called to catch the enter and leave event on the event box. So about the catch over, I'm saying catch over because I know I just found the name. You see, I said child 1 should be catch over, child 5 should be catch over, and child 9 should be catch over 1, 5 and 9, as you can see them here, so that I can hover over them to make the program much more interesting, and maybe it will be a benefit for you in the future when you create your application. One very important thing you need to understand, when you are getting the name, you should remember that you need to set them before you get them, because if you don't set them yourself and they are already set from the program, from the language, then you will have some problems. Like, let me show you something. Let me copy this part here and put it, I don't know, above setting name. Yes, so I basically after we create the child here, watch. So basically we try to get the name of the child without setting first. What do you think it happens? Just think about what do you think it happens if you do it before. Let's see. So right it is then. So what would you think it will print now, this function, after you get the name of the child, which, as you can see here, like I already told you, we are getting the name of a child which we are creating it without that we set it first. So what do you think it happens? Okay, let's see. We have a redefinition. Sorry, I need to cast it, and I need to build it first and run it. So let's see what happens. You see, red is GTK-Grid. So basically the name of the widget is set to the name of what type of widget is. That being said, just to be more precise about what I'm talking about here, let's see what happens with the event box if we try to find the name of the event box. You see, the name is event box, and setting, same thing happens with a label. If you want to find its name, you need to because we need to move this one down here after the label, and it will return label. This is helpful for you only if you don't set a name, to check if the thing which you are passing, it is the thing which you are expecting. So this means if you don't set a name and you want to see if it's a label, it is another way to check it, but I won't do it. But anyway, I wanted to show you how it is possible for you to find the name of widget by calling this function. And you saw what happens if you call it before you set it. You get the name of the widget, and which it's provide as default, which defaults to its widget, and not the name which was set after you set it, if you set it, of course. So basically, now that we set here the name, after that we search the name. As you can see, we got all those names, so catch over, child, catch over, and so on. So basically, because we have now all those names, we can then work with the strict compare function here, only to compare catch over with the result, and then we print the result here, and you will see that there are 3, because there are 3. So being 3, 1, 2, and 3, basically this means on those 3 you can call this GTK G-signal connect swap function, so to do things which you are interested in. Okay, so basically this is everything you need to know. I will post in the description, I will put a link with the code so that you can better watch it and test it. And then maybe after that, when you do some changes to the program, or maybe when you make some optimizers or something like this, you will see how the story is with these childs and with these table which you are creating, and how are you positioning your children, and then you can basically have a very nice and good application. Okay, so that being said, thank you guys for watching. I hope you like it. Please leave a comment if you have some questions, and if you notice something which maybe I forgot, or it happens that maybe I missed something, some information about things which I showed you, I can then fix them at least in the description. And until then, thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe and share with your friends and neighbors. See you guys.